Hello, everyone. Nice to have you here, folks. It's good to see people today. And today we are going to be doing a little bit of MTG gameplay first. These are my season rewards. I was platinum in draft, platinum in ranked, so constructed. So I got a couple of packs. I'm going to open that after I've checked the dailies. And oh, look! So from today on, the mythic packs are available. So this is quite interesting. You can basically get guaranteed mythics in these packs. And they have the Alchemy Kamigawa boosters. You get 20 packs of Alchemy, and you can buy this now for gold. Until now, it was only available for gems, and I wasn't very interested in buying it for gems. I might buy it for gold. There's still plenty of time until the new set drops, so I'll be able to rake up maybe another 20,000 gold until then. And it might be nice to just have some of the rares and play around. Also, if you open 20 packs, you get 3 wild cards, and that's actually pretty decent. It was pretty decent-ish. I don't know, 15,000. That's like 1.5 Premier draft. I guess that's still worth it, sort of. That's still sort of worth it, right? Black and green, or kill the creatures. Well, we'll reroll. Yeah, I guess that might be quite fun. Let's open a couple of packs. What else is there? Tamio bundle. I don't think I want any bundles. They're cute, but don't really do anything for you. Yeah, let's use some of our gold. We got 20 packs. That's neat. Open 10. So what do we get out of these? Molten Impact is something I want to try in some aggressive decks. The Ogre, I don't think that's a playable card in any format, sadly. Cultivator. Cultivator could be good, but yeah, it's a bit strange. It only works in very, very specific situations if you can dump your hand extremely fast. Foundry Beetle. The Foundry Beetle could be okay-ish if you have many artifact creatures in your hand. Coming of Transmutation. This is some crazy combo card. If you can play it in the right kind of artifact or enchantment combo deck, this is definitely strong. Runaway Growth. Yeah, if you're very desperate to ramp, I guess. Scrapper. Slow. And random. You get a random card. It's a bit of a janky card. But this kind of janky cards might enable some nice historic brawl proofs. That's, I think, all the role they can have. So nothing good in this 10. Yeah, that's nothing interesting. Anything here? We got our 4th Ogre, or whatever it is. They have a bunch of rare wild cards, but those are all gonna go away because I'll have to craft a lot of I'll have to craft a bunch of lands, right? The Triomes are coming out in New Capenna. That's the biggest thing for all their formats. Another ninja without ninjutsu. You can cast it for 2, so it's a 2/2/2. That's nothing special, really. You can return an instant or sorcery from the graveyard to your hand. That's pretty decent. Spell Thief looks fun. Liberator is fun. Liberator I tried in Gruul, and it's very, very good. Chronicle or Worship. enters the battlefield, put a random shrine card into your hand. Right, so this is maybe neat if you build an enchantment shrine deck. Plunder is a good card. I've been using it in a couple of decks. It can do funky things. Servitude. It's very situational. It's okay, but I mean, in every format in which this is playable, there is just better removal. Inch-Bait Companion. Right. So you can make a bunch of equipment insects. That's pretty good. But the reconfigure cost is 2. Interesting. Well, anyway, let's have a look at what is our daily task. Black, green, red, white spells. Oof. Black, green, red, white spells. So it would be nice to play some 3-color silliness then. No blue. White, black, green, white. White, red, black. White, red, green. Yeah. It would be nice to build around some strong card. Could just go black and white, black and red of course, green and white, green and red. So there are a bunch of options that we can choose to just relatively easily satisfy these requirements. What would be fun to build around? Black and white, red and green, red and white, green and white, black, white. We could try an Abzan humans build maybe for historic. Some people have been posting about it on Reddit, MTG Spikes, and seem to have had good success with that. So I think that deck needs maybe a couple of general. This is set to alchemy. No, we want traditional historic, and we want a couple of kudos. We want a couple of collected companies. We want Inquisitor Captain. Maybe I'll craft 1 extra. Yeah. We probably... Kozilek could be a decent sideboard card. We probably in this one definitely want Thalia, and definitely want the Lieutenant. Archon against Phoenix is good. Absolution is good against other creature decks. Redain is good against big mana decks. It can slow them down. Where is our Sentinel? Silence can be good as well. I like Tithe. And Captain Aberhart. How many combo decks are there? Magistrate. I don't know whether Magistrate is good enough. There are just better hate cards, I always feel. Tithe-Thicker, same problem. Tithe-Thicker is a good card, but Spellbinder. Spellbinder is definitely good. Savior, I usually like very much. And what else is good? Cathar is of course good. One can go in the side. So it's Apparition. Apparition is very good, of course. It's an excellent card. And We can make some room for more Abzan humans. So maybe Tithe should just be a sideboard card, or should Tithe be there at all? I'm not sure. I'm not sure now. Maybe I'll try it, but and then Seas, of course, those Seas. And what good 2-mana creature would we want to play? I mean, there are a bunch of good 2-mana humans. So we want to have a look at the 1-2-3 mana creatures primarily. And I have never crafted even a single Arcbound Mouser. Wow. I'll have to rectify that. A Giant Killer can be very useful to have. So it's okay if now we're just building this, and it's okay to go a bit above 60, and then we can cut a few cards. And with some cards, it's gonna be alright to go back to maybe 0 or 1. Yeah, there are just so many good choices, so we will have to make a couple of tough choices here. The Knowledge Partisan, it's not one of those, but it's an occasion thing. Is this good? I don't know. We could try one, I guess, in the side. His Crying is very strong, though, so Prince is actually pretty cool. Prince is actually pretty cool, and it's also good with our ETB things. We have a bunch of good ETB stuff. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that. Hushbringer sadly takes care of many of our own good cards as well. Otherwise it would be cool. The Lion Sash could be a strong anti-graveyard tool. That might be worth trying out, yeah. That might be worth trying out. Is there anything else we would want to try out? This is still 22 lands, right? We can go down probably to 20 in this deck. That's my hunch. Yeah, we don't want many lands. Angel of Eternal Dawn. It becomes day, it becomes night. Can't become night because we can't cast spells with mana value greater than the number of turns they have begun. That's nice. That invalidates neatly Ramdex. Splicer is cute, but maybe a bit too cute for Historic these days. Escort. Something against lifelinks. But some people like Supplier. Less convinced of that. Maybe it's okay for just Alchemy. You're not playing Historic, just simply Alchemy is probably good enough. I could imagine it being good enough. I don't have a single copy of the Loyal Griff. Unbelievable. People, what have I been doing during my drafts? Unbelievable and disgraceful. Ranger Captain is such a good creature. I always wanted to try the Savior of Ollenbock. I always wanted to try this guy. I don't know whether it's good or not. I haven't seen anyone playing it, to be honest. It seems too complicated to get any value off of it, but you know, you never know. Welcoming Vampire could be okay. It draws cards, and anything that can get us reliable card advantage in a creature deck is a good thing. Cat. Champion of the Perished. No, this is not a zombie deck, right? So that doesn't do enough. What else could we use here? Knight of the Ebon Legion is fantastic if you have a knight build. What about the Ocular Reckoner raid? It's not a creature, so we can't hit it off Coco, and we can't hit it off the Inquisition Captain. So it's just not doing exactly enough. Tough. Black, yeah. Siphoner can be okay, it can draw cards. Wow, I don't have a single mirror. Some people like playing Jadar. Can be okay, it can help to exert pressure. And Freebooter can be good, to be honest. Freebooter can be okay if we can use it to slow our opponent down enough for us to close the game out before they get their card back. Tricky. We don't have a single Sinister Starfish. That's unbelievable. People. No, that's a good ninja. I would try this out in ninjas. Yeah. Walder and Bloodcaster. Didn't open it. Huh. What else, folks? I have a full set of Blighted Bat. Okay. Well, it really seems to be it, I think. I mean, Trespasser is not a bad creature. Cameo of Morning looks good. Yeah, that's pretty neat, actually. That looks like a fun creature that can set up some interesting loops. And yeah, of course the Reaper can be neat. It does protect very well against board wipes. This Sludge looks like a fun card as well. But it's not a human, right? If we build this as a human's deck, it's not really synergistic. If I would build this as anything else, it would be a pretty cool card to play, but yeah, not this way. Green. I guess green has a bunch of pretty fun and good creatures, but again, most of the green things won't be humans, and as such, I don't think I want to... What does the Collector do again? Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Enters battlefield. Creatures you control perpetually gain. When this creature dies, you may shuffle it into its owner's library. I mean, that's not bad. Yeah. That's actually pretty decent. We could try one copy. Because it can give us a lot of investigate tokens, and against control decks, that's just very good. So that's an interesting option. I don't have a single Paxson Pup. Man, what did I do? I somehow never drafted a single copy of some cards. I'm very tempted to have a couple of oozes in my side, but Lion, the Sash can do basically a very similar thing, right? So, you might not need it in this iteration of the deck. So this is a human as well, and it can... no. But it can... draft us interesting lands. None of this is very good. I mean, Boseiju is good, of course. But except that Boseiju, none of them are things that we would actively want to draft, probably. Yeah, well. I'm not a completionist, but I am happy if I have at least the very interesting. Okay. I do like to have at least the uncommons, commons, if they are not too hard to craft and get. Right, okay, so that's about it probably for the moment. I'll most likely I'll most likely craft these things. And is there anything? Adventurer, I don't think that's a historic level creature, to be honest. If anything, the Enforcer would be good, because legendary humans gain indestructible. There aren't that many, but Talia, Adeline, and the General would gain indestructible, which is pretty decent. And we can create a couple of cards with it. Tokens, Silencer. It just doesn't seem good enough. It doesn't seem to do enough. Yeah, it's the same. Kambal looks really fun, but Kambal always seemed to me like a standard level card. It's just going to be really slow for non-standard formats. But anyway, we don't just want to look at creatures now anymore. We do want to look at quickly. Yeah, probably I would want to play. I wouldn't mind playing. I think. This might be an okay sideboard card. The Bronze Hide Lion, I've tried making that card work and it's just not good. We could have one of this in the sideboard, although it's not the best command, that's for sure. Catilda, yeah. My creatures can ramp. I would rather they drew cards. I would rather my creatures drew cards. Knight of Autumn can be pretty decent, yep. Knight of Autumn could be pretty decent. Right. I forget to take this out. Blossoming Sands, no. Pathway, maybe okay. Farm, maybe okay. But it hurts that we don't have the fast land. Maybe farm we can't really play, right? We can't afford to have untapped. We can't afford tapped mana in this deck. If we can't curve out, then we're just dead. We lose our only advantage, because our only advantage is that we are fast. Begin anew. Yeah, that's what we want here. Sigarda, interesting, but I don't really want to play creatures that can't be hit off the captain or collected company. Would be cute, but Yasharn doesn't do much. And so what about the Triome? I think the Triome is also something we can't afford. It's just not good. Ryu, sure. Cliff Fever. Okay, good for you. Now Courtyard is something we like, and so is the Shrine, and maybe the Pathway. And I think that's it for lands. Now the question is, do we want things like maybe a Fracture, maybe a Fracture, maybe something like Rite of Oblivion. Sorry, folks. My hay fever kicked into gear today. I've been okay so far, but Japan has the everything is blossoming right now. Kaya is good deck against some graveyard decks. Gosh. Should I play Lurrus? Not as a companion, just in the deck. Why not? Right. Could be a fun thing to try out. Okay. Black and green. I'm sure there's something tempting, but I don't think mana-wise I can make that work. I don't think I want to make it work mana-wise. I mean, Cheviot is the only thing that I'm really tempted by, probably. Yeah, Cheviot is something I'm tempted by. Witherbloom Command is something I'm tempted by, because they are both very cheap and efficient. Pulse can be super good. And Culling Ritual can be very neat against the Golgari things. Tricky. Anyway, first let's craft everything, and then let's get rid of the things that I only crafted to have them. We're not going to play Sinister Starfish or the Mirror or the Mouser, nor are we going to play Loyal Griff and Deep-Root Denizen. And we're definitely not going to play 11 planes. I think at most we're going to play one basic. Maybe two. So now we are at 16, 18, 19 lands. We can add one or two. We can add a few utility lands, but that's about it. And so we have our creatures, and we have 4 Toadseizes and Collected Companies. Now, Toadseizes, I'm not sure I want to play. Actually, I need to have creature hits, and I have some things that punish my opponent's hands, right? I have way too many 3 and 2 drops, that's for sure. Like maybe 10 1-drops are also a bit much. Giant Killer is something we can bring in certain matchups, and maybe 1 Usher is enough, so we go with 8. And we need to cut this column, it's a bit chunk. So I think Adelaine is a wonderful card, but maybe not quite as good as the rest. And then this is still, how many? 12. 12 3-drops. 2 would be good to cut. 1 Spellbinder. Cathar is good though. Hard to say it should go. Captain can also be very good to refuel. Maybe Lurrus is not synergistic enough here. And then cut. We are going to need to cut at least 3 things at this level, because I need to I need to add more lands as well. So the freebooter, is freebooter good enough? That's a tricky one. Asher is not a human, so probably Asher isn't gonna make it just quite straight up. And I might not want the Archons, they're too defensive, because they don't help us to break through. Agent might be a bit too slow. Dromoka isn't doing the kind of things we want to be done. So then maybe one giant killer could come back. Yeah, this isn't a human either, right? So it doesn't synergize with our plan that much. And Setch can come in if we need Graveyard Hate. So then we could bring in one card. Maybe a third Spellbinder can come back, and then we can add one more land, right? Yep. I think that's going to be the right way to go about this, and then we're going to cut something from our sideboard. And Eiganjo would be practical, Cave of the Frost Dragon would be practical. They are both very good cards, very useful. In black, what could we have in black that would be useful? Particularly useful. Bog is useful, but it's a tap land. Hive is useful, but it's maybe good later on. Locthwain is decent, but it needs probably more black mana. Okay, anything in green that's just so good that we need to play it. I mean, yeah, Boseiju is the only thing where I'm really tempted to play it, to be honest. But then again, I only have 8 green sources, which is extremely low. I have 10 blacks. So instead of Eiganjo, probably we are just gonna stick with the cave, because we need a bit of aggression. It's tricky, right? It's quite tricky. We might need to play a little bit more green if we want to cast our Collected Companies, which is not really good. I don't want to go up to 22 lands if I can avoid it. Can I? It's gonna be hard. Yeah, it's hard to avoid it. And what about the sideboard? What could go? Silence is very good against Phoenix. It's probably decent against some control decks as well. Although, Archon again, tech against Phoenix, and maybe it's good against Golgari. Not that many other things. Retain. Okay, against Cat Pings. Okay, against good against many things. Well, it's good against big mana decks, right? Teferi is more expensive, Wrath is more expensive. That's a good thing that can win us some time. Kaya, good against Graveyard. Knight of Autumn, good against all the artifacts running around. But it's a bit slow these days, right? Ray of Revelation. Yeah, maybe Ray is not. It's just doesn't cut it anymore. So now I'm a bit worried about the mana. Maybe we would just need more green here. So I might just cut 2 more creatures and cut 1. Cut 1 Spellbinder. Maybe it's not that good against fast decks. And cut one adversary. And the lieutenant is sort of better, and we also have Kudro to pump our team. And then we could afford to add in a Boseiju, and we could afford to add a maybe a second copy of the Frost Dragon, just to make sure that in the late game we can maybe fly in. And that's probably good. Alright, and then let's have a look. And first I want to restart probably the client. It's been open for a long time, and my experience is that that's not good for it. So it's often better for the client to take a short break. It's a very rainy, cloudy day here in Kawasaki in Japan, which is sort of normal. It's around 8-9 degrees at the moment. It's going to be around 12 during the day, but it's supposed to clear up. It's a bit windy. The wind is going to blow the clouds away. So in the afternoon I hope to go for a jog. And later on in the day I plan to make a video for my students on free will and determinism and responsibility, probably on the key argument of the incompatibilist positions about free will, the people who say that free will and determinism are incompatible, and they have the consequence argument, which is a very strong support for their position. Okay, let's have a look at best of 3 ranked arena Abzan humans. Right. And I'm also thinking I want to write a couple of notes. I just finished reading Eric Hobsbawm's Age of Revolutions. It's a fantastic book. I think it makes sense to read the book because it helps to make sense of some political movements which are going on at the moment, some public changes, some things that have been happening in the last, say, 10 years, 5-10 years. One land is our own keeper. 4 lands, well, it's not great, but something. Our opponent doesn't have a companion, which is a good thing. But we get another land. That is not a good thing. So we're gonna cast another Temple Garden. They seem to be holding up something. Maybe I should have put some Toadseizes in the sideboard though. They're gonna pay the tax, right? Yep. And they don't have anything that I could remove at the moment. That's very annoying. We're going to play that and have a peek at their hand. I wonder what they're playing. What the heck is this? Oh, it's the mono black ramp. So it's gonna play Karn, Eugene. I don't know whether it plays any of the black planeswalkers, but maybe they do. But I guess I'm just going to exile some of their removal because we want to pressure them, keep the planeswalkers removed, and kill them as fast as we can. Basically, that's all we can try to do here. And they don't have a sweeper, and that's a good thing. They don't have a sweeper, and that is a good thing. We're gonna start pumping the aspirant and start getting in with the Spellbinder. Opponent wants to exile our Sentinel. We're okay with that. Doesn't matter. I put the counter on the Spellbinder because if they use the March of Wretched Sorrow to remove the aspirant, we can still keep the counter on the Spellbinder, right? We still have a flyer that gets in for 4. That's pretty good. Yep, they're going to remove that because they sacrificed something. They can still remove, of course, the aspirant as well. Keep drawing lands, which is really, really not good. Okay, so we bring our Apparition and get rid of one of the Mind Stones, which makes their ramp a little bit worse, and they also can't sack it to draw because it needs to be tapped. I think this is a good point to remove the Aspirant before it gives a counter to the Apparition. If I would be the opponent, I would probably do it now. Otherwise, you get a little bit more value off of it. Yep. Okay, and they're in top deck mode. I mean, they can remove the Apparition as well and draw cards of the stones, sadly. And sooner or later, they're bound to draw into one of their Planeswalkers. But we keep drawing lands, so we don't draw any of our six cards that could put multiple creatures on the board. We have 2 Inquisition Captains and we have 4 Collected Companies. And we have a bunch of creatures that tutor up other creatures. But hey, that's what we have at the moment. And opponent got to Eugene sooner than we got to anything useful. Well, you know, if with the aggro deck you get 7 lands, then you're pretty much doomed. I think that's what happened here. So we're gonna have to try and top deck this out, but I don't think we have much of a chance if opponent starts building a board with Ugin and Karn. Yep. Okay, we don't want to drag this out too much. We want to be winning from here. We're too far behind on the board. We drew just way too many lands. What would be good here? Spellbinder, Regain, definitely. Knight of Autumn can be decent. Nikaya could be decent. It could exile things, and it's not very important though. Giant Killer isn't doing anything here, really, and Qatar isn't doing too much. Mana Ties might be okay. Ties could be good. But I guess that's okay for the moment. We just want to be reasonably aggressive and give it a go the way it is. I can see some of the regular viewers are here in the chat. Thank you, folks, for dropping in. It's again 4 lands, well. And we have the funny eyes today. That looks quite silly. I like that, Liliana. Okay. Let's see how we get on. This is a much more aggressive start on our part. We might be able to... Opponent is thinking about using Fatal Push now. But they really don't want us to draw a card of that Sentinel. They're gonna remove the Sentinel again and pay the tax. Probably, most likely. So we're gonna play Retain to slow our opponent down even more. Even if they have Ram. And they can remove something now. And they're thinking about whether they should remove the Lieutenant or the Sentinel. I would probably remove the Sentinel. I mean, it's hitting for 2 already, and it's going to get me maybe some card advantage if they can't remove it in a convenient way. Oh wait, it did draw us a card. That's neat. Mindstone. Well, that's annoying, but hey, it is what it is. Our lands keep coming and they're not stopping. Yep, that's for sure. Okie dokie, let's get in the Savior as well, so that can save something. Right, so we can get in for 5, that's not too horrible. March is very good for this kind of deck because it also gains them life. So it lets their life total beautifully. Ranger Captain is good too. Maybe I should have just cast the Ranger Captain and gotten another Sentinel. I can do that next turn still. I can do that next turn still. And I might even want to sack the Ranger Captain then, because if I get in for a good amount, then I should be able to... this won't help, probably, because the minus is not a destruct effect. My opponent has another, probably a Fatal Push or another March of Wretched Sorrow, and they're not thinking about what to cast it on. But obviously they should get rid of the Dahlia's Lieutenant with 2 counters on it. So it's not really a question. I don't know what they're thinking about. Maybe they're playing these cards for the first time and they're not exactly sure how they're going to interact. That happens. But still, I guess you just have to click on and get moving. That's not really a reason not to get on with the game. Right. Anyway, thinking about later today. I'm really excited. I'm going to be teaching about free will later on this year, and I have done this course one time, a long time ago, almost 10 years ago, when I was teaching this at uni, and it was a lot of fun. The students really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Free will has a lot of interesting arguments, and because it's a big topic and a historically very popular topic, there are a lot of good resources on it. Yeah, sure. Exactly what we expected. Is opponent going to sit on their cards again? Please don't. It's very annoying. Very annoying what they're doing right now. And I don't really know why they're doing it. They're not in a bad position. I haven't been roping them. Do they just really want to win? I don't know. Maybe they are a time millionaire and they're like, I'm just gonna wait as long as I can. Yep, you're definitely gonna look for another Sentinel. And what are we gonna cast? Thalia or the Sentinel? Thalia or the Sentinel? We might be casting Thalia here, forcing our opponent to interact if they can with instant speed. It's a pretty good hand if they have drawn 4 removal spells. Finally, opponent is playing. Maybe they just had a phone call or something. Who knows? And we're gonna want to prevent them from doing anything next turn because we're gonna have lethal. So we're just gonna cast this. So they can't cast any non-creature spells. And they give up. Very good, very good. Maybe they saw the writing on the wall, that's why they were roping. Mana ties might be good, but they have a lot of mana, so it's not very efficient against them. Kaya do anything? Not really. Yeah, it's just... I think we're just gonna play it again. Thoughtseize would be good, maybe on the side. Oh, it's April the 1st, that's hence the goofy eyes. It's like a jokey thing. Very humorous. Yeah. We haven't really seen any of our 4 Cocos or our 2 Inquisition Captains. I think they're going to come in like batches, right? Like it's suddenly I'm gonna get like 5. Yeah, just gonna go with the freebooter here and snag something from the opponent's hand. Opponent is starting the meditation already. Big decisions being made there on the other side of the virtual table. Yeah, sure. So yeah, I'm going to sacrifice it because that way they don't get any life of it. That's good. What the heck? What the heck? To invoke these bears? Oh my god. Oh mio dio. Look at that. I used that on white and I'm only getting black mana. Shush. Well, let the lieutenants come. And I have to be very, very fast. Karn. What is Karn going to get here? Karn can be pretty dangerous and get some pretty nasty stuff. Sphere of Annihilation. Enters the battlefield with X void counters on it at the beginning of your upkeep. Exile. Yeah. Ooh. That's quite nasty, but we can get rid of it with the help of an apparition. Right. So we're just gonna go here. What are we gonna do here? I definitely want to get rid of Karn. Karn is very annoying. I mean, I could flicker the freebooter with the prince and take away their sphere. So what we can do here, maybe that's good. Let's give it a try. We do this. And we kill the Karn. We get him for 3. Apparition should still be okay though. Nah, let's try the flicker, and then we have the apparition as a backup to deal with it. So that grows to 2 Thalias. And then we can freebooter and get the... Right, it grows to lieutenants again. We take the sphere. They have an Ulamog. Wow. But they're very, very far from casting that. Yeah, and they actually can't even cast the Despairs because they drew the... unlucky for them. Because Cabal's Stronghold gives you colorless mana. So it starts becoming good once you get to 4 or 5 swamps. Before that, it's just not very powerful. Okay, that was decent. That was sort of decent-ish. Yeah, I was quite content with that. So we got some packs, and we rose a bit in the ranks. We're gonna try this again. I'm happy that I won against a very, very removal-heavy deck that really just wanted to kill everything on site. That always feels good. Wow. That's a busted hand if it works out. Let's see how things get together. We play another black Snow and Lurrus and Inquisition. Oh, that's gonna get rid of our freebooter, obviously. They don't want us to see what they have. We're just gonna play the killer. Okay. This is Rogues with Lurrus. Seems like it. Yeah, that seems to be it. Killer is just going to attack here. They obviously have removal, they have flash creatures, so, you know. Let's see what they flash in. What a surprise, what a surprise. Okay, a Kudro and a tapped land. It's not that horrible. They're flat gonna remove the creature. That's okay. Now they're feeding their Drowning the Locks. Yeah, we're just gonna cast the Cathar here. Remove the Enforcer, and then they have to use removal on the Cathar if they want to get it back, which they are going to do. He's going to mill us for 2, but that's good because we need a 4th land to start chaining our powerful spells. Have another Toadseed. They should get rid of Captain. No? Isn't Captain... Well, anyway. We got the Captain. They have Drown in the Lock, which they are going to cast. And do they have another counter spell for our next Coco? That's sort of the question. And okay, we passed the turn. And we're going to Coco. And they attack, obviously. And they have another counter spell. Okay, we have one more Coco. Probably are just going to try and exile that Thieves Guild Enforcer. They had it pretty good so far with removal and disruption. Nice. 3 Fatal Push, and wow, that's pretty strong. Pretty brutal, I would say. Oh, I can't play that because that makes our collected company also more expensive. So we have to try and cast the Coco at the end of the turn. And right. We still keep out Drown in the Lock mana. We have to risk it. If we don't go for it, they're just gonna sit on their counter spell. Yeah, nice. That's a beautiful draw on their part. Look at that. 3 Fatal Pushes, Inquisition, Toadseeds, 2 crowns. It's just very, very, very strong. They could remove Freebooter from our hand. They could remove 1 Collected Company from our hand. They could counter 2 spells. Very convenient. Good for our opponent. And they're going to kill us with basically 1 creature this way. It's pretty sad and bad. Not much we can do about it. Especially not if we keep drawing lands. No, we don't. That's good. That would have been nice at the beginning, because then we would have drawn off their Fatal Pushes, and Drown in the Locks, and Spell Pierces. Main deck Spell Pierce. Wow. Curious Obsession. What is going to get the Curious Obsession? Where is that going to go? Ah, Lurry. Of course, where else? Yep, it's fine. We're going to trade there. And they have... I thought they have Fatal Push number 4. We didn't, luckily. What do they have, I wonder? So they refill their hand. That's a beautiful draw for rogues. Very, very lucky in many ways. Not much I can do about that. I had good cards, but they just had a perfect counter spells and removal lining up with it. And we didn't really get much pressure early on, so... Tough. Freebooter would have been nice. I would have loved to have a look at their hand. The Lieutenant would also have been good, but they milled 2 Lieutenants. That's pretty bad. Yeah. Have to trade. Otherwise you're dead. But they have a lot of card advantage, so they're just going to win this. Aha. And it's night, so we don't get the enter effect. Aha. That's a bit bad. They don't really... Okay. We lost this one. Right! Lucky, lucky them. If they start with the Into the Stories in their hand, then it looks very different, of course. But they did not, so... Okay, we want the removal here. And we do want Kaya. And Archon can be pretty good as a flyer, blocker. Mana attacks could be good as well, actually, at the beginning. Giant Killer doesn't do much. Is Spellbinder actually good here? I wonder. But I mean, it does enable us to have a peek at their hand. Aspirant might be a bit weak because it's a bit slow and it doesn't get through their creatures. Talia is probably good. Sash is good. Prince is good. Maybe Kudrow is a bit slow. Yeah, they don't have any way big creatures that we need to take out. Does the Archon do anything, really? It can slow them down a bit. It's a flying blocker, so that's decent. Still need to get rid of 3 cards, though. We are drawing a bit too many lands. That's a worry on my part. So we might do this and maybe one Talia. Talia can be pretty good against them though at the beginning. He's one Archon. But I do want a couple of flyers to contest their flyers. If one tithe is going to be enough. Let's see how it goes. 20 lands should be enough for this deck, to be honest. Hi, Balixeon. How are you doing? Thank you for saying hello. What are you up to today? Doing good. Nice to hear. Do you yourself play Historic usually? What kind of decks are you trying out these days? We're gonna go with our Thalia. We're playing white-green. Yeah, this is an Abzan humans build. My dailies asked me to, play a bunch of, cast a bunch of green, black, white, red spells. So I was like, let's give it a try with the good old humans. And I've seen on Reddit Spikes a nice build. And I thought, okay, that's something that I might want to try out. Talia is doing a bit of work for us here. So do we want to first remove one of their enforcers, or do we want to have a peek at their hand first? I guess I want to have a look at their hand. I'm quite curious about what they have. May I suggest some cards to build around after this? Yeah, absolutely, of course. After the game, I'll be happy to, move around cards. Aethergust. I don't know why they have Aethergust. We're not playing either red or... Well, I mean, they can use it on Coco. Fatal Push. Sure, I don't mind if they push something. I don't want them to Legions and anything because... Although they can only use it on Thalia, really. Whereas Push, they can use it on other things as well. Yeah, Push is the only thing anyway they can cast at the moment, right? So I should make that more expensive. Scurry Oaks is an infinite, if you are not already aware. Oh, is that the Heliod combo, right? You have Heliod-Scurry Oaks and one of the life gain creatures, like the Soul Warden or the Prosperous Innkeeper, and then you use the Infinite combo. I haven't built it yet, and I'm a bit short on wildcards, to be honest, so that's been the main reason why I haven't played that deck. Right, what do we want here? So we have another Talia, we can make something else also more expensive. Or we can get rid of one of their enforcers. I think I'm quite happy to have a look at what they have. Have you been playing the Inca Spell Pierce? Let's get rid of that too. Have you been trying out the Scurry Oaks? That combo deck looks juicy and quite fun. I think when it became available after they released all the squirrels and Scurry Oak into standard. Oh, that took it out from my hand as well. Ouch. I haven't seen that card in a long time. I should read cards again, right? But I can Coco now. That's pretty decent. And if we Coco, we can Spellbinder and Freebooter. Maybe that's pretty decent, punishing their hand even more, and then we have a couple of good flyers, and we can pump them with the Lieutenant. Is that the right play? Or bringing the Sash, and they really need to remove the Sash, otherwise we can just empty our graveyard. Maybe that's the best. Sash, Spellbinder. Let's make everything they have even more expensive, and start raising them. And we can pump the Sash next turn. We are ahead on life anyway. We can cast Talia's Lieutenant. So we are in a good position to actually raise them. Yeah, removal is pretty expensive. All their mana is spent. They can come in for 6, but I can go in for 8. Basically, I have a 2-turn clock. But yeah, I would like to play the Scurry Oaks, but I think I would need to craft at least 2 Oaks and maybe 1, 2 Heliods, and that's it really. So it's not too bad. Maybe that's doable. Should I get rid of this? They're not going to mill me out anytime soon. I would rather beat them. I would rather just kill them. So I think what I'm going to do here is play the Lieutenant, get in with the Spellbinders, and then flicker the Lieutenant with the Prince, and give everything another counter. Yeah, the Lieutenant doesn't get the counter from the Prince this way, but Valexian, are you playing the Scurry Oak combo? Is that your go-to deck for ranking? Or okay, that went alright. So we're on game 3. You're building a bit more aggressive. It definitely paid off. I might even side out 1 Coco, because they're definitely trying to go for my Cocos. And just bring the Aspirant, and then I can exert even more pressure. Then again, taking out Coco does sound a bit suicidal. Maybe I don't need Mana Tithe, actually. And they are going first, right? So they're going to have a bit of card advantage as well. Yeah, maybe just play it like this. Yeah, so I think this game is going to help us to complete the dailies regarding playing white cards, but we're not playing a whole bunch of. This is good because Artalia makes everything more expensive for them, but we are not getting any closer to completing our dailies on black and green. So I might switch into a Golgari or mono black or mono green to complete that part of the dailies. Interesting, interesting, interesting. We're gonna play this as a mana source this time. We don't really have anything that we want to snag. Our opponent might want to kill off our Thalia. If they spend mana on that, that's okay. And let's see what they do. Okay. So we can have another white source, of course, and play the Spellbinder just to see their hand. It's good to have more information about what they're up to. They might want to remove the Thalia now. Okay, it's nice. If they are using the lock for that, I'm quite happy. What do I want to take now? Pierce or Fear? I guess Fear is very annoying because it can get rid of most of my humans. Then again, Pierce is also annoying, right? Because yeah, well, I think I'm still gonna go with Fear. Pierce is still something they can keep up for 3 mana, right? So we can still. That's okay. That would have been nice. Yeah, I only have one of that in my deck. What is the play here? Thalia could be fun, right? Because it could make, again, their spells a bit harder to cast and put them at a disadvantage. And it's also nice to pressure them, and we can bring the Aspirant as well. Maybe do that. Make their interaction worse. Bring the Aspirant to increase pressure on the board. Attack with Spellbinder. We're definitely winning the race at this point. And yeah, I like to put the counter on the Spellbinder because that way they have to spend mana on removing the Spellbinder, otherwise it's gonna just kill them. And they're not spending their removal on the Thalia and the Aspirant can keep generating value. Okay, so far so good. That's fine. We're not gonna cry over that. Actually, we could remove their creature. What's good here? Should I first... I think here we just go in. Here. Okay, we're doing pretty well, pressuring them. And we could eat our own graveyard and make a pretty big Lion Sash. Or have a look at what we draw with the Charming Prince. Charming Prince doesn't make so much sense now, right? I don't really want to exile anything. I think I'm just gonna go with Lion Sash and just eat 2 of my own cards. And I could also reconfigure it though. That way it's even harder for them to remove it. I can reconfigure it next turn though. No, I'm primarily going to eat permanents from my own deck and keep growing the Sash. They seem to have something up. Maybe they drew some removal, or maybe they are just keeping the Locthwain up. But I don't think they're in a good position to Locthwain here, to be honest. I don't think they're in a brilliant position to Locthwain here. So even if they could cast Crippling Fear, I think we can push Lion Sash into a pretty big creature at this point. Yeah, you can Locthwain, but that's going to cost you another 3-4 life. So I don't think that's going to work out very well. Yeah, and there's still 1 mana off from casting Crippling Fear thanks to Talia and Spellbinder both taxing it. The historic tax package is not as strong as the modern one, but it's still pretty decent. And now we can either just try and Company, but they still have Spell Pierce up and they can cast it even besides Talia. Or we can just Apparition. We can actually even Apparition twice and clean the air. Yeah, we're gonna do that actually. So Apparition 1 time, get rid of one of the Windrobbers. Charming Prince, bounce the Apparition, give them a 1/1 blocker, and get rid of their flyer, and that way Spellbinder gets in for sure. Yep, here we go. Neat. So Abzan Humans is been pretty fun. That's a neat deck. Nice. So we also get a pack. What do we open? Another terrible rare. Not great. We're getting close to 200%. That's neat though. Right, so I think the deck that Valexion mentioned in the chat is the one that relies. I don't have a single copy of Scurry Oak, right? The format is set to Alchemy, that's the problem. Right, so it uses Scurry Oak. It uses, how many Heliods do I have? It uses Heliod, and then it uses something like Soul Warden, Innkeeper, and Enter, gain life. What other creatures do that? Oh, Veteran is good for this as well. Veteran can do a good job. And then usually people also play the, what's the name of it? It's also nice to play. Where is that creature? Oh, that's a green-white creature, right? Terra. Huh? I don't have it. Something like that. There is a creature which gets counters. There you go. Trelasara, Moondancer. So this is very nice because every time you gain life, you can scry, so you can look for your combo quite efficiently. And then you can also play, of course, Collected Company. What else? What else is good here? What else makes this work neatly? I mean, I guess it can play some Inquisition captains because Inquisitor captains, sorry, because it does help to play the combo. What else do people play in this deck? What else is neat? I think the combo is, if I'm correct, I haven't played this before, but if I'm correct, the combo is that you want to have Heliod on board, because Heliod can give something a counter, a +1/+1 counter whenever you gain life. And Scurry Oak, whenever it gets a +1/+1 counter, makes a squirrel. Now, if you have any of your creatures that gain you a life, when a new creature enters the battlefield under your control, you will get a life every time Scurry Oak makes a token. And every time you gain life, you're also putting a counter on Scurry Oak. So you're going to make another squirrel. You're gonna get another life, get to give Scurry Oak another token with Heliod. Scurry Oak is going to make another squirrel. And you get a nice infinite loop. You can keep this going until you want. Scurry Oak doesn't have to give the keep making squirrels. The ability is a may. which is very neat because this way you can stop the combo when you have enough Skurrows or your Scurry Oak is big enough, and that way you can basically make a board with, I don't know, 40 Skurrows or a Scurry Oak, which is 40-40, something like that. And next turn you can just kill your opponent. They need to have immediately a board wipe or something, but even then you're probably quite far ahead because you have your Heliod and a bunch of other stuff on your board. And yep, that's a fun deck as well. We can try it out, and maybe that will help us to complete our daily 4 green cards, playing green cards. I just want to have a look at how people build this deck. I want to see a deck list quickly because I'm not sure how people sort of round it out, what other cards are necessary for it to make it work decently. I guess Ranger Captain could be pretty good in it. It could help us to get one of our 1-drops. I guess the Esper Sentinel could be pretty good because it can draw us cards if we need that. What else could be good here? I see some people play Ajani's Pridemate. Yeah, Pridemate can be good. There's that new card, Voice of the Blast. Let's make a couple of copies of that. That can be pretty good. It can grow very big. It can grow very big, very quick. So I'm like wondering, what else would be good? What else would we want to play in this deck? Well, obviously we would want to play a bunch of better lands. I think probably like 2/2 basics are going to be more than enough, or even 1/1 basics. We definitely want to have all our colors. Is Alsate good, or we definitely want to play also probably 2 Bosages, and Lair of the Hydra is nice. I'm wondering about Abundant Harvest. Abundant Harvest can be really good. It can help us to search. What else could help us to search? What else could help us to find our combo pieces very reliably? I mean, Elves could be good as well, right? Elves could help us to ramp a bit, which is pretty decent. What else could be good here? If we have a sideboard, I'll definitely play Shaper's Sanctuary. Wheel could be good as well. It can also start our combo in case we don't have Heliod. Damio, Safekeeping. I'm not sure about that. Little Geist, no, not really. Collector, nope. Azusa, Sword Formation, no. These are not the cards that we need. What else could be good? What else could be good? Let's have a look at green-white things. Maybe a Ray of Revelation on the side. And of course we want to have 4 pathways. We do want the farmlands. We do want probably a couple of Sun Petal Grows. We do want the Shocklands. How are we doing then on lands? 21. Oh, okay. So we're already good on lands. We can probably even take out 2 farmlands because we don't need too many. We don't want too many tapped lands, and then we can add back in. What do we have more? Green or white? White mana. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that seems to be okay land-wise. Is there anything else we would want to add here? Kamoka's command. Maybe that's a decent removal. What else could be good here? I mean, Rite of Harmony can draw our deck if the Scurry Oak goes off. That would be quite fun as well. I'll take a second of break. Go to the kitchen to refill my tea. I'll be with you in a moment. Alright, I'm back. I have refilled my tea, and let's continue. So, I'm wondering, one thing that might be good here is perhaps to play a couple of hate pieces and play a couple of hate pieces. So how should we do that? Probably hate pieces, then we want a I'm still quite tempted to try out Rite of Harmony and just draw a bunch of cards, but I mean, Scurry Oak needs to go off, right? Let's just win more, because otherwise we are not playing enough creatures for that to make any sense. Do any of the new alchemy cards really synergize with that combo? Do any of the viewers have suggestions on what we could play? Yasharn does punish some decks, but it's very slow these days. It's just not it. So probably against Phoenix we want in the side Deafening Silence. Probably we want Sash against graveyard-oriented decks. Sash is just a good card actually for this deck as well. Maybe Aspirant is good here. It can help the Scurry Oak to make a couple of things. And right, I would want definitely. Tithe could be good to protect the combo. Tithe could be good to protect the combo. And Thalia, is Thalia good here? I mean, we are not playing a lot of non-creature spells. Thalia could do some real work in protecting our combo as well. I sort of like Thalia as a text piece in general, and it does. I think taxes do synergize here. Spellbinder could also help us to protect the combo. That's sort of the idea. Redain can help to delay opponents' responses. Authority of the Consuls can be pretty good if our opponent is very aggressive. But I don't think creature decks are really a problem with this deck, though, is it? No, probably not. I think all kinds of spell decks and control decks are the problematic enemies. So really we need to have a sideboard that can help us regain lost card advantage. Most likely. And yeah, probably Apparition is good as well, right? We do want a bit of removal here. We do want a bit of removal. So, are there enough creatures? Yeah, there are a lot of creatures. Any other tips on what we should include, what we should cut? Yeah, maybe we don't need 2 Knight of Autumns. Maybe actually 2 Skyclaves are more dynamic. Right. 2 Tithe are enough. Okay, let's give it a try. I haven't played this deck, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to punt very hard a few times, so oh, there's a mix-up sealed. What is that about? You pay 100 golds, and you can get back 100 golds. And you get mystery cards. Gosh, totally random mystery cards sealed. That sounds crazy. I'm definitely gonna try that out, but I do wanna complete my dailies first. So we're gonna have a quick restart for Arena so it can relax a bit. Right, so yeah, the plan for today is to get another video done, but that's going to be on the consequence argument. In philosophy, the consequence argument is usually used to show that because we cannot change the laws of nature and we cannot change the past, and the future is determined together by the facts of the past and the laws of nature, sort of derived from those. and there's a necessary connection between the past and the laws of nature and the future states of the world. We cannot have free will, because free will would imply that we can change the world in ways that do not follow necessarily from past states of the world together with the laws of nature. And of course, some philosophers argue that this argument is wrong. Free will and determinism are compatible, because freedom doesn't mean the kind of power or capacity that would be involved in changing the world in ways that do not follow from past states of the world and the laws of nature. But freedom rather means that we are not under duress, we are not under pressure, we can do whatever we want. And so freedom means if we would have wanted something else, we would have done something else, which is true, even if determinism is true, right? Because if you would have been caused by previous states of the world and the laws of nature to have different kinds of desires and motivations and preferences and values and ideas, then you would have those ideas, values, preferences would have caused you to act in different ways. All right, let's have a look here at a best of 3 historic with the Scurry Oak combo that has been requested by one of the viewers. This should be fun. The April 1st Goggly Eyes. Right. That's a pretty horrible hand. Wouldn't be too bad, but we would need at least 2 mana. So we're going to go for a mulligan. That's an awful hand. We definitely don't need 5 lands, but we're going to keep this one because Inquisitor Captain does offer us some chance of redemption. And we don't need this much colored mana, but we're probably just going to shift the basic land. That's the least powerful. Ooh, this looks like Phoenix. Ouch. Sentinels can be good though. They can help us to find the combo before they go off. And if we can get the combo off, we can get basically infinite life. So they can't kill us. And we don't have enough blockers in removal usually to deal with both the Oak and the Heliod and all the rest. The rest of our rapidly growing Skrull-based board once the combo goes off. So next turn we can play a Temple Garden tapped. We don't have to sacrifice life to it. We can play another Esper Sentinel. And no, we would like card advantage and card selection. So we're just gonna... Wow. That's quite a bit of Esper Sentineling. We're going to be very, very sentient and on the lookout. Well, that's a horrible draw. Opponent played attacks. He doesn't know that another Sentinel is coming. And they will want to play a bunch of cards because they want to get the Phoenixes in the graveyard. They want to turn on their Darcy. This needs 4 different types of cards in the graveyard for it to have Delirium. And we're gonna draw at least 1 card of this. Which is a Heliod, that's not bad. Yeah, it's pretty decent. We're getting there. Yeah, we're gonna allow their Darcy to come in for 1 damage. We don't really care about that. Get a... Yep, going for 2. We're now racing our opponent. Next turn we also want to give lifelink to the Sentinel, one of the Sentinels, and then we can also... ouch. That's more tricky, but we can maybe use the Inquisitor Captain to get something good. Okay. Ooh, the Innkeeper is neat. The Innkeeper is really neat. We should actually use the Innkeeper first, and then... Are they gonna remove it, or are they gonna pop off? Well, I'm gonna risk this, and keep my guys back. I might use one of my sentinels to defend so that I don't lose too much life and so that I can buff the other sentinel a bit. Although that doesn't sound very, very good. Sprite Dragon. My opponent has a strange version of the deck. There's a Phoenix, but there are a lot of creatures. I mean, if you put Pyros, your spell count goes down, and I think that's just risky. No blocks, no. I can maybe go off next turn. Yeah. Okay, we have this one as well. And we have the Temple Garden. And we're gonna bring the Captain. And we get a bunch of stuff. Wow. Threlasara can come. So there are going to be a lot of triggers going off here. No, we don't want the Veteran, we want the Scurry Oak. Or a Coco. Coco would be nice for next turn. Yep. That's neat. My opponent doesn't like this very much. Okay, that's nice. We want this one. So we're gonna cast Deafening Silence because that's pretty nice against them. Lion's Sash is also good against them. Shaper's Sanctuary, I don't know whether I need it. I probably don't need a whole lot of removal. Skyclave Apparition might be good just in case they would kill us too quickly. And maybe Ranger Captain of Eos is not that important here. And maybe we can... What could we cut? Thalia is good against them as well. Sentinel is good against them. We don't really need Voice of the Blast. Voice of the Blast is very good, but it doesn't do the kind of filtering that Threlasara does for us. I'm not even sure I need the Apparition. I think I should just go for the combo, make their life a bit harder with our tax package. And that's it. That should be enough to win. Yeah, this deck is quite... Well, this game was quite convincing, but to be honest, they had a really bad hand, so I don't think this is really like the final judgment against their deck. It's not a damning judgment of their deck. I think we have the combo in hand, so we hope to keep, right? We have to keep this. Yeah, we're gonna cast the Veteran. We're gonna go with the Heliod, and then we're just gonna go with the Scurry Oak. So turn 4, if everything goes well, we pop off. Which is brutal. I mean, we might go infinite, right, in life and squirrels, unless our opponent has immediately a removal for the Oak. Which they might. They won't have 1 mana removal with blue, 1 blue. So we can attack for 1, which is nice. I also want to go for a jog later, once I'm done with my work on the lecture notes I'm preparing. And neat. Actually, things are lining up very, very nicely. So we're going to cast Heliod here, and next turn we're going to bring another Veteran, and probably bring, yeah, Veteran first and then Oak. Their opponent must feel the danger, but they don't have another red land at the moment, or they're not sure whether or not they want to play it, so they're going to Fateless Looting. They're going to loot Fatelessly, Wow, they do get 2 Phoenixes in the bin. If they also have, yeah, 2 more spells, they can get back the Phoenixes. Wow, that's nice. Well done, well done. It's pretty cool. And they didn't have a... Oh no, they didn't have a final spell. I'm a bit sorry for them, because that would have been so much pressure. I mean, even then, I think we win at this point. Because that gets a counter, makes a squirrel, and the loop is going on, right? Luckily for you can okay take action by pressing space, so that way it's a bit faster. You basically just need to click on the oak. Wow, that was nice. Well, thank you for the recommendation, Valexion. This recommendation came from the chat, and this is a very easy way for me to get my daily done, which asks me to play a bunch of green spells, and it's also going to be good. Yeah. Well, it's mostly a white deck, but it does have a bunch of green cards, so should be okay in a few games. And it also seems to be fine. If you do find a combo, then this should be a reasonably fast way of ranking. Usually I only want to go up to platinum. Beyond that, it's just too much time and energy to grind, and I'm not a pro player. I don't have any big ambitions for Magic. This is just a fun, relaxing game for me. I want to have, I want to see some cool interactions. I want to try out interesting combinations of cards. I want to see whether a certain build can do well against decks in a specific meta. So it's like not. Are we gonna draw land number 3 and 4 ever? I don't know. This is tough. It's just too tempting. But if I don't draw the lands, then I'm gonna be in trouble. Okay, 1 land is there. 1 land is there. That's something. Mono red. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, we got the lands. And we did get the lands. Let's bring the oak. Let's get in with the voice. Are we gonna get both creatures removed by the opponent? Maybe. They're greedy and they're going for another Steamkin. Ooh. Wow, wow. Then we have a good chance to pop off. Then we do have a good chance at this point to pop off. We didn't get... We could bring Innkeeper. We could bring Soul Warden and Thalia. That's gonna trigger the Oak a couple of times. Yep. And yeah, this can be pretty good already. That's 6 damage. And we can raise the opponents, you know, even if... and we have another Collected Company to find up, actually, so we might find Heliod in the next turns. Birgi joins us. Our opponent is very, very close to... our opponent is very, very close to having infinite mana. So I think we need to find something good here. We don't find... We don't find, sadly, Heliod. He's hiding somewhere else. So, but nevertheless, we do get a bunch of counters. Yes, 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 that's exactly who we need. Yep. So, here we can just attack with the voice, right? And keep everyone else back and hope that we survive the next turn still. But with Birgi and the 2, my opponent has the perfect setup, and he's going to have so much card selection. I don't know, they might just go off. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I have a huge board, so it's going to be very hard for them to get through. But they're probably going to draw most of their deck, right? Or they can look through most of their deck, yeah. Yeah. Birgi is just gonna make them so much mana. If they have something funky, like, I don't know, some big X spell, Banefire, something like that, they can burn us out at the end. With, oh, that's the idea. Aetherflux. Ouch. I think that's gonna work. I think our opponent's actually gonna burn us out. No! They didn't have more card draw. Well, we just got lucky. I haven't seen this Birgi build recently. I think I'm gonna bring in Deafening Silence because we are not really wanting to double spell with non-creature spells, but our opponent does. And I might bring in the Apparition just so that I can punish them. And then maybe 1 Captain and 2 Sentinels can go. Sentinels aren't going to do a whole lot of work here, I feel. Maybe they are, maybe I'm wrong, but our opponent only wants to start casting a lot of non-creature spells when they're at that point that they're going off. Which means that before that, we don't get a whole lot of cards off the Sentinels, and once my opponent went off, they don't care if we draw, so wow, we have 2 Heliods. That doesn't look good. Drawing cards with Crasher doesn't seem to be what most healthy draws would want to do. Okie dokie, we get a bit of life, and next turn we get a Heliod, and we're gonna get an Inquisitor Captain, hopefully at some point in the future. Should we just get Trelasara first, rather than Heliod? No, I think the efficient play is to bring Heliod and then Trelasara and then get a bunch of lands of, again, bunch of counters on it if we don't draw a 4th land. But maybe I should have scryed for a 4th land with Trelasara, that's true as well. Wow. Opponent might be able to pop off. Not yet, not yet. How many 1-mana spells do they have? That's a good question here. How many 1-mana spells do they have? They don't have any more 1-mana spells. Ooh, that's so unfortunate. That's really, really, really unfortunate for them. Okay, we didn't find a 4th land yet, so we're gonna bring first Trelasara, and we're gonna keep pumping some of our creatures just to make them a little bit bigger and build a board. Right, this comes in, Heliod is activated, it's pretty cool. I think that can stop our opponent's combo altogether, so I'm pretty confident with that. And what else should we buff? Maybe another Warden? Yep, that's okay. We're gonna put that there. And we're gonna go in with these 2 for an easy tenor. And we are on 28. Our opponent really, really, really has to do a lot of work to pop off next turn. I mean, they do have a lot of mana. 4 mana is a lot with Birgi out. Ignus is there. Okay, that might work. I think with Ignus they can make it work. I think with Ignus they might be able to make it work. Yeah. Okay. Quite a few cycles. But our opponent is going to make things work as well. They're going to recast that. Oh my god. This is going to be perverted. It's going to be a bit horrible. Okay, I have a board that they cannot get through, but they can get infinite mana, right? They can do this infinite number of times. But the problem is I get a bunch of life every time as well, so how is this going to work? I'm not sure. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, so I get 2 life every time they do this, and it's going to be very slow for them. If they're going to get up to 50, at that time I'm going to be already around 70, 80. That's the thing, you see, I'm just going to be so far ahead. I'm just going to be so far ahead. It's not going to work. Yeah, it's not going to work for opponent because I'm going to be, by the time he gets to 50, I'm going to be at like, I don't know, 18, 36, I'm going to be at 76 at least. Maybe not the 76, but somewhere around 76, I think. Oh, but he does get life exponentially fast, right? Like he gets for each spell every time. Right. So he can outpace me this way. He can outpace me. And Ignus is a creature spell, so actually Deafening Silence doesn't even get it. Yeah, so he's just gonna get to 50 with the next loop. Oh, I misunderstood how... I misremembered how the Reservoir works. So basically he can kill me now, this loop. Yep, I'm dead. I'm dead. Because I'm gonna be at 46 and he's gonna pay the 50 life and I'm just gonna, yep, kill me. Cool, that was nice, well done opponent. That's quite funky. I should have given up, of course. Yeah. I totally forgot how Reservoir works. They can pay the 50. I'm gonna be in -4. Wow, that was fun. Okay, I enjoyed this. We lost to a very cool combo deck. Yeah, so I don't really want to play Deafening Silence. I would rather play than Mana Tide, and it can make it a bit harder for them to pop off. Maybe Spellbinder. Spellbinder can make their life a bit more difficult, I guess. Yeah, maybe Leyline would be good as well. Leyline could help us to, right, we would have hexproof, so they wouldn't be able to target us with the Reservoir at the end. This is very funny. Infinite combos. I think this is just a good aggro start, and oh, but you can't play the Blast, though. Well, we can play it off the Innkeeper, which is a soft ramp. Not great, but yeah, if we do draw a third land, though, then we can Collected Company or Inquisition Captain on turn 3 with the Innkeeper. That would be pretty impressive and pretty cool. This is actually a fun deck. Somehow I never replayed it. I think I misremembered and I thought that Scurry Oak is a rare. And I was like, I'm not gonna craft Scurry Oaks, you know, it's just for this funny combo deck, and if anything happens to this, if any piece gets banned, then I wasted the rares on this strange little card. Do I want to cast Voice of the Blast off my treasure? Or do I rather want to counter something? Like countering a Birgi next turn would be pretty decent, I feel. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get in. Opponent doesn't trade, of course. And I'm just gonna keep up the mana tithe and try to get their Birgi. I think they're gonna have Birgi, and I think I'm gonna try to kill it. I don't know whether this was smart or not. Probably not, but you know, maybe it can delay their combo. I don't know. Okay, we do get this. That's something. Okay, we get a bunch of life. It gets a bunch of counters. Right. We can get in for 3, and we have 8 there. I mean, we have a 2-turn clock. If they don't have another Birgi or some other very fast way to establish the combo, then maybe they should be splashing for. Maybe they should be splashing for green as well and play Coco, because Coco could choose her out Birgi-Ignus and also the Steamkin. They have Ignus. Storm's Wrath, 2 copies, Reservoir, and another Birgi. What do we want to make more expensive? Maybe the Ignus would be nice to be made more expensive. I guess, and then we can just attack for 10. They can kill one of my little dorks, but basically next turn I win. I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, they have 3 mana, right? So that's a bit dangerous. But I don't think that's enough for anything, is it? Okay. I keep gaining life. Keep gaining a bunch of life. This is a really fun matchup. This is a really fun matchup, actually. Playing against the red infinite. And Spock is doing everything to get through. Well, good game. That was quite fun. Thank you, Spock. I did really enjoy this. The problem is that this deck is almost exclusively white, as I now realize. So I'll never get my green-black requirements done. But you know what? I'm just gonna enter the mixed up sealed and see whether I can do a see whether I can draft something with green and black. And it looks like I can, right? Because I have a bunch of horrible. Wow. Oh my god, these rares are atrocious. People. Good grief. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so white is this. Blue seems to offer very good selection, some late game chunks, and decent flyers. Black. Yeah, actually, black is not bad. There are a couple of decent value creatures, some mediocre removal, mediocre flyers. There is Catacomb Crocodile. Okay. Red looks extremely meager. And then, what does green do here? There's a little bit of ramping, there's a little bit of enchantment destruction. A lot of enchantment and artifact destruction. Mio Dio. I mean, white seems to be my strongest color again, which is quite funny, because I've been playing white a lot, and Dorothy is good. Talakos isn't really doing anything. It's pretty amazing. People, it's a funny format, right? So we're definitely going to play the Maze Mind Tome. Relic Amulet. Prismite. Activated Wall. Mill a card. I mill a card. Right. The Guild Mage is decent. Assure isn't horrible either. We could go maybe blue, like Bunt. I mean, it's not great, but it's not horrible. Black-white would be good, but you know what? We're going to play Colossal Dreadmo because if you feel the ground quake, run. If you hear its bellow, flee. If you see its teeth, it's too late. Yep, and this way we can play some of our rares, 3 of them. Outrider, yep, that's 2 bodies and 1 card. Artisan, enters, +2/+2. Reach is probably good. Mammoth Growth, instant, excellent. Dire Wolf, it's a mana sink, man, how strong is that? Wow. Yeah, ramping, that's okay. And Prowler, card advantage, there you go. 2/2, just to fill out the curve. Maybe playing black would be good though. Black, white, green. Cut blue. But blue has some of the best cards though. I don't want to cut it. Yeah, blue and white have the best cards. Yeah, the Embalmed Cat is very decent. Helios Punishment is good removal. Professor can get us some lesson card. Squire is these, yep. Mob is very these. Dub is sensible. Flyers are usually good in limited environments. Ramping creatures are definitely good in Fire 4/4. Yes, please. Restoration. Opt. This doesn't look bad. Anticipate. Yeah, this looks actually pretty decent. Fear of Death. One with the wind. Yeah, not sure. Crashing Tide. Yeah, bounce and draw. Absolutely, please. Sleep. Perfect. Thunder Drake. Chillbringer. These are good cards. These are pretty good cards. Run Ashore. Invader, Crab. These are good cards. Yeah, we have a decent deck here, and yeah, I'm quite content with this deck. I mean, it's obviously not super good, but yeah, could be much better, much worse. Sorry, could be much worse. Right, so Invader is gonna go. Yeah, Dreadmo might go as well, sadly. As sad as that is, yeah. These are just decent-ish cards in general. Maybe Parhelion is the worst. I might not play Dub. Beneath the Fence, definitely. Not sure about Mammoth Growth. With Foretell, that's pretty decent as well, right? Punishment, Symbology, maybe we can cut. Mob. Disciple. Need to cut 6 cards, man. Wow. Yeah, my top end is really heavy. That's the problem. My top end is really heavy. And I don't think I have a... Yeah, that's just barely enough. Just barely enough creatures, I would say. So... The Sacred Cat is not strong enough, obviously. Yeah, it should go. And... Sure. Sure is just solid card advantage, though. Maybe cut run ashore. Crashing Tide and Mammoth Growth, man. But they're good with the acuity, right? It draws us cards, gains life. Body of Research is a creature as well. Yep. Maybe Disciple can go. I mean, I'm very, very light on creatures, to be honest. So, if anything, that's what I'm worried about most. How is this still too much? Oh, this brings back enchantments and artifacts. Then we are definitely not playing it. Yeah. It's not good enough here. Yeah. Not sure about the Mammoth Growth, actually. Yeah, it's not something that I would main phase anyway, right? Yeah. So the combo is a bit limited. Okay, we can get rid of the Giant Spider. Oh, wow. Weird deck. Very weird format. But you can resign and play it again, I hope. And then you can try out different funky, janky builds. I'm gonna have a little bit of walnuts while we're playing this extremely strange deck. Okay, we're gonna have to look for some islands. Oh, there we go. That's decent. It's not a bad start. We have all our colors in abundance. Beautiful. So we're gonna look for another forest, I guess, in that case. Body of Research is such a funny creature, right? It gets smaller and smaller. I think that by the time I'm actually going to cast it, it's going to be much smaller. Sleep is a spell that's great to finish the opponent off, but at the moment it just doesn't do anything. Yep, we're going to trade there. Absolutely, very happily. Draw a card. Okay. Wow, another crocodile. Look at the opponent popping off. So we have our Geist. This is a pretty neat, aggressive deck. I mean, you know, this is the funny thing about sealed. The pools are always horrible, and especially in this case where it's all the cards from Arena. Wow, that's a good card though in this format. Yep, it's pretty busted. What do we want to do? Maybe I'm just gonna put them to sleep, right? And Yeah, just get in with my elves twice, unpunished. Easy prey. Oh no, my elves fell easy prey to my evil opponent. Look at his evil design. Yeah, this is gonna be a 2020 by the time I get to cast it, and then maybe 15 by the time it first gets in, if it ever gets in. Ooh, look at that! Now that's unexpected. We get to cast a 24/24. That's pretty neat, though. Okay. Does it have trample? No, it doesn't have trample. Oh, it must be the worst creature ever. I hope they don't have a bounce spell. Well, that was easy to remove, wasn't it? 7, 8, 9. So 9 lands. Okay, we still have 8, so it's not great. Oh no! Look at this. Kalain is going to do her little tasks. Yeah, I mean, Herald can still pretty much single-handedly win this game if it gets in 3 times. So my opponent has to have another good removal spell. They do. Now they can start attacking with their croc. Why didn't they do that? I'm not sure. Anyway. Okay, we get Tome. We get to draw a card. And we get another land. Oh no, man! We get all the land. We still have the crab. And wait, they killed so many things. Their removal was outstanding. Wow. I'm quite impressed, actually. Well, we have to kill the goblin, right? That's a very annoying creature. That's a rare, right? No, it's not uncommon. Oh well. We're gonna draw another card. And another land. Yeah. Wow. 1 land, 1 non-land. Is that how it's going to go? 6, 7, 9, 11. Yay! We still have 6. So less than 1/3 of our deck, but I'm pretty sure that at least one of the 2 cards we're going to draw this turn are going to be lands. Arena disappointed me. Horrible. What would I want here? So we're gonna cast this, and then we're going to cast Crashing Tide on the little guy. We're gonna draw a card as well. It's pretty neat, actually. I'm fairly content. Oh my god, I got the Cloud Blazer. That's amazing. Man, that's amazing. Okay, Samurai. Should I have attacked with it? Maybe I should. But it would have been trading. Just have traded with really something weak, right? We're gonna draw a bunch of cards this turn. How many of them are going to be lands? Not that many, actually. That's pretty good. Okay, Anticipate can help us a bit as well. Because top 3, put one of them into your hand. And the rest on the bottom. Yeah, that's perfect. And we're gonna cast Cloud Blazer. Thunder Drake gets a counter. Yeah, that's perfect as well. And Drake goes in. I think we're good. We gained so much life. We gained 6 life this turn. We drew 4 cards, 5 cards. This was just the value train. I'm not sure I cast any green cards at all, but you know. Okay. Right, we got an uncommon. Fantastic. Okay. Checking my emails. Good things, good things. How about that? It's perfect. So much card draw. Actually, I had a pretty decent draw. I don't know why I complained. So I'm gonna play Prowler first because I want to have the benefit of having a decent defensive creature that can block things like a fresh phase to recruit. And then we're gonna probably play the Guild Mage just to further advance our board presence. If they have a spell, that's great. I mean, if they use it to clean off Prowler, I'm perfectly content with that. And I draw a card of that. That's alright. We're gonna bring the Guild Mage. And let's bring the Guild Mage. And I might have to look for planes, though. I haven't found any basic planes yet. It's gonna become a problem at some point. That's first right, sadly. This turn, each creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Move a +1/+1 counter of target creature you control onto another creature you control. I don't know. Should I risk the tome? I guess I'm gonna risk the tome and try to throw into some better cards. And that's the plan, roughly. I need some white mana at some point that can still get me back into the game, but my life total is dropping rather rapidly. So yeah, with all these flyers around, this is not gonna go well. Can I get a white land? Perfect. Very good. I can even play a white land. And my Guild Mage can kill something as well. Okay, my opponent is blocking. Perfect. Yeah, I'm very happy to get rid of their Boar's creature. Good. Yep. Very nice, very nice. I have my that's a decent trade, and then next turn we can cast the Assemble. Ooh, Florian, look at that. Look at the opponent go, that's pretty good. We have a lot of cards, so actually I'm just gonna scry. I don't want to throw too many planes either. Then again, 7 lands are still pretty good, right, for the crab. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so no blocks here. What should I do now? Should I assemble or should I put them all to sleep? Probably assemble first and then sleep, right? That's the right way to do it. So assemble first. Sleep next. Or crab next. And if I crab, that's pretty good. Florian is doing work here for my opponent. They can look at another card, cast it, utility knife. Yeah, they are going to equip that probably to the Sentinel, I imagine. Florian, oh, really? Okay. Makes some sense too. Mardu, wow. Hellblade. Yeah, I mean, this deck, this event is virtually free, right? Like it's 100 gold, so I don't think anyone is really strict about being cautious about mana and stuff like that. I like putting my opponent's stuff to sleep though. I think that's pretty strong. And then I can just still bring the Prowler. Yeah. I think that's decent, and maybe I can even kill them. But let's see, do they have some removal? They haven't really removed anything, and they must have some removal if they're playing red and black, right? And that's one of the main reasons to be in those colors. And the turn, okay. think I want to use the Tome to draw another card, because now, because of the Florian, they did get a little bit of card advantage. And they did use it rather well. Ooh, Body of Research is here, look at that. Buddy. Okay, I gain 4 life, I draw a card, another land, ouch. So first I probably want to go in. I'm pretty sure they're not going to block the Prowler. No, they're going to block the Guildmage. I mean, Guildmage could have just pumped things. That's maybe a bit hasty on my part. Not just, growing creatures with that. Oh well. Anyway, 4/4 Vigilance is pretty good. My opponent doesn't have a ton of very good attacks. I mean, they have a couple of good attacks in the air, though. But my Prowler can... I think it can still do an attack with all, and some of the blocks they will have won't be very good. Ooh, they must have something cheeky. They must have something cheeky here. They must have something cheeky. What do they have? What do they have? Do they have something that buffs everything? No? Really? They just trade? Wow, man, that's strange. Okay. Alright. I mean, I understand. This was not a bad decision from my opponent at all. Form of the Dinosaur. What the heck? At the beginning of your upkeep, Form of the Dinosaur deals 15 damage to target. The heck, man. I don't want to have to deal with Florian. I mean, they can deal 15 damage to something, whatever. Prowler, of course. And then, what's the idea? We're in very, very strange race here. We're in a very, very strange race. But my opponent is winning the race at the moment, to be honest. My opponent is winning the race at the moment, I think. The heck? Form of the Dinosaur, what a wacky card. I love it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this card cast. I probably saw it when I started playing a long time ago and Ixalan was still in Standard, and people have a look at what kind of cards have been printed, so I may probably take a look, but that's it. Ooh, Body of Research. I think Crab is better because it has Ward, but I also think this is just so much more fun. I just want to cast this card and one time get in with it. That's sort of my dream. The problem is that they left the... Oh, this is Vigilance. So can't really attack well. Ay, this is not... This is sad. This is a bit sad. Well, anyway. Okay. Sure. If they would hit... I would love it if they would misclick and they would get 19 damage from the Fractal. So if they have a removal spell, I'm dead. If they don't, they're dead. Nah, they have 2 blockers. I'm dead. This game was really, really fun and hilarious, though. Oh my god. And our opponent had a good aggressive deck. Yeah. Form of the Dinosaur for the win. But wait a moment. If they can't destroy my Fractal, then their Form of Dinosaur will kill them. No, you lucky bastard! If I don't do anything and I just leave Form of the Dinosaur on the field, they have to target. Sorry, my Fractal on the field. They have to target it and it kills them. So lucky! Gosh, so lucky. But I think I'm going to resign, claim my 100 gold back, and play again, because this is really wonky, funky. But maybe we can get a little bit better rares, or more fun rares. Wow, Kaya is good, Vona isn't bad, Geist is pretty good, yeah, Proctor, this is all in Esper. Do I still have to... No, we're done with our daily. So we can... It seems to me that we can maybe... I mean, the level of rares, we could make a pretty decent Esper deck. What would that look like? What things are playable? The Checkpoint Officer is a good draft card. Divine Gambit, I don't know. Proctor, Unicorn is a decent card. Champion. White is strong. Some really weird and strange cards. I love it. A lot of cards that, not just that I would never ever play them in any constructed format, probably, but also there are like just a bunch of them is really wonky. A bunch of these is just really wonky, actually. But these are a bunch of really decent things here. There are some very... There are some perfectly fine things here. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I think there are a bunch of pretty good things. Red looks quite nice as well. Wow, red is deep. So is green. And not that. Green's not that great. Okay. And this can be cast for double white, and we got 2 copies. Mimic. Okay. Torrent Falls, Sulfur Falls, Alright, not great. Anyway, it's so janky and funky. It's really fun. It's really fun. So this is a bit too many creatures, obviously. We don't want this many. Yeah, we can get rid of the Pegasus. We can maybe get rid of the Champion and the Manticore. The rest is, I think, pretty decent. And Disdainful Stroke can maybe go. Yeah, the rest is just pretty cool. Pretty cool, bonky cards. Prying Eyes is horrible though. Draw 4, then discard 2 for 6 mana. Who came up with this, man? This would be amazing with a dub or some other pump thing. Can anything buff this? Not really. Yeah. It's a bit weak as it is. I don't have a lot of... This would be good in a cycling deck, but I don't think I have that much in terms of card draw. And yeah, this is going to be incredibly slow in this deck. Yeah. The Geist can be really good, actually. I wonder why that's not played. I mean, in the beginning of combat in your turn, you can always tap an enemy opponent's creature. It's pretty good. It looks like it should be strong or decent at least. I mean, Unicorn isn't gonna grow, right? We don't really have any way to gain life. We have ways to lose life, but yeah, we're more like a control deck. Okay, that looks decent. Let's give it a go, just for a game or two. This has been a lot of fun today, to be honest. It's a very fitting. It's a very fitting card for April the 1st, I think. A very fitting format for the 1st of April. We're gonna look for a blue. And then we have all our colors. And we can go like this, and we have some removal as well. That's good. Should be okay here. It's not a bad start at all. We have a little bit of late game already in our hand, so there's something to curve into if we keep drawing more lands. Frostlings, I remember that from the time when I played it in draft. It's pretty decent. Good old Frostlings. I wonder how quickly things freeze around Frostlings. Does it have to lie there for a long time? I think we're just gonna try and get in here. Yeah, land is good. And we might remove the... Yeah, the Heron of Hope is an annoying creature, and I definitely don't want it to have the Helm. A 3/4 flyer would be very irritating. You can also gain lifelink, so I'm happy to get rid of it. Ah, the Skinner as well. Nice. Pretty nice. Why didn't he equip that? I wonder. Octoprophet. Look at that. An Octoprophet. Protector is actually these. It's a good play for next turn, and then we get to 5, and we can play the Avon. I'm quite content with that. It looks alright to me. Yep, no attacks then. Yeah, we're just gonna keep building our board, basically. We have 2 guaranteed good, decent flyer creatures for the next 2 turns. One of them is gonna gain us life, the other one's gonna buff our... Yeah, the other one can be buffed by other creatures, so we can maybe get in. Seems pretty much alright to me. So, why hasn't he equipped it? Pirate's Cutlass. Look at, love it. So what's going on here, right? This is a bone hand, an old pirate that died a long time ago. And for the cheap price of just 2 mana, the lowly price for meager 2 mana, you can attach it and give something +2/+1. And that's going to be pretty dangerous actually. They can make their Tide Skimmer huge. And they can even draw cards with that. I would really need my my second black now. Look at that. I would really need my second black at the moment. So they're thinking about how to make both of their flyers lethal and how to make it so that I can't double block them easily. Which is of course a sensible plan. Okay. Yes. And... ooh. Nasty. Dude, very nasty. Very, very nasty and dangerous. Look at that. But still, I think I have to get rid of the Tide Skimmer, primarily. No, oh my god, you're not even attacking with the Tide Skimmer. You dirty, dirty person. Huh. How naughty this opponent is. Everyone. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Really. I think I am gonna attack out, probably. So... oh, we do need to get in. For a bit. Yep, double black, please. I can remove the Tide Skimmer, and my woes will be fewer. It would really alleviate my worry that my opponent is gonna start drawing a bunch of cards soon. Oh no! I played right into their evil plan. Why did they not block the Puzzle Maker with the Skimmer if I'm totally tapped out? Isn't it obvious that with 0 mana I'm not gonna cast anything? Well, they're definitely gonna get at least one card off. No? I don't know. I don't know what they're up to here. I mean, they can attack, but my Avon can't trade favorably. Well, not favorably, but one-on-one with either of their flyers, so they might not want to do that. I wonder. Really? No, I don't mind trading with the Avon. Sure. Let's do that. Yeah, still get 1 damage, but then we trade. That's okay. So can they double spell this turn and make another flyer? Or are they just gonna equip everything to the Skimmer? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, okay, that's a decent flying creature. What next? Why did they not try to draw some cards? I don't know. Strange. Strange, but who knows? We're gonna get rid of this because it has the potential to draw my opponent's cards and I don't want that. And then we just pass. Their Valkyrie will be 6/4, so you can't block it, but I don't even really want to block it. It would be lovely though to that's gonna be nice, yep. Yes, please. Who should get the token? Maybe the Puzzle Maker can get a token. 5 life is pretty good. It's nice that they played that before. Oh, that's a warrior, so they wanted to give it lifelink. So it makes sense that they played it before the attack step, but it's also very convenient for me. Well, we are gonna play Screaming Swarm, but we aren't going to play anything else at the moment. And we're waiting for something that could remove the Valkyrie. With a little bit of a tricky situation here in the air against Jeskai in sealed. This sealed format is absolutely bonky, and I love it. I mean, this is just really fun. You can get any card that's on Arena in your packs. It's quite ridiculous. If I would attack now, they would most likely kill out the Protector, which is not nice. I mean, I would get him for 6 though. That's not too bad. This doesn't really have anything. Yeah, I might just get in here. I like this crying, and you know, the damage is good as well. I mean, at some point I have to kill my opponent, right? You're going to mill a couple of cards, that's also good. Yeah, oh, that's good, that's good. And we can always put this back into our library from the graveyard. So I think I can just keep attacking with this. Ooh, well done, opponent. Well done. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we don't want another land at the moment, so I think they're gonna kill the puzzle maker so that I can't keep scrying. Really? You don't mind if I keep scrying? I'm surprised about that though. I mean, I think that's pretty powerful. I've tried already several times and it did help me quite a bit. Okay. Ay, look at that boy coming in. They can hit me for a lot this turn. Yeah, they can hit me for a lot. They hit me for 10 basically. And I can't kill them on the swing back, so yeah, that has hexproof, my friend, so you can't target it. Yeah, that's still pretty good. I guess I want to get rid of Clarion Spirit because I don't want my opponent to double spell and get spirits off it. This is good. This is really good, actually. This is really, really good. Yeah, drains my opponent, and I mean, they can't really kill me, can they? I sort of can, actually. I have to be a little bit careful. If you don't control a human, I mean, I have a human, so this is okay. Yeah, I should be able to use this to get rid of the Valkyrie, right? And because I have a human, I don't suffer the damage. They don't lose life. Gyruda! Oh my god, my opponent was lucky bastard. And look, they milled 2 of our removal spells in our Masterful Replication. Oh no! That's very naughty. I get a Sun-Crowned Hunter. God. How tough. Gosh, dude. You can't really attack out with the Valkyrie. They milled 2 of our... That Gyruda came at a fantastic moment for them. That came at a fantastic moment for them. Huh. Look at that. Yep, that is a good rare. That is a pretty decent rare. Why though? If they're on 5 life. What's the idea here? I mean, they sort of drew that, haven't they? I guess they did because we're gonna exile that just to go for sure. And then we can just go in with everything, right? Gyruda doesn't have lifelink or anything. No. So we're gonna win this. That was really fun. That was really fun. I enjoyed this. Opponent was good sport. They let us win. They didn't drag the game out. They waited until we played our spells out. Uh, Great fun. Try this format. It's incredibly bonky. Um, and basically, you win one or two games. Sooner or later, probably even with a really bad card pool, you will win. Even if you resign after one win like this, you get your 100 golds back, and that's all it takes to play. So you can play as many times as you want. We can roll one more time. Why not? Just to see what kind of jank we get. Wow. So that would be a good, probably a decent green-white. This is a phantom event, by the way, so you don't get these cards, sadly. That would be awesome, of course, but Wizards isn't that generous. But this is a really cute, fun event. I think it's very nice to play it. You can really joke around a lot and have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, I would totally recommend playing this. It's quite hilarious. It's just quite hilarious. Right, so... And it's so nice, you know, like, normally you never get to play the Amonkhet, the Kaladesh, the, I don't know, Eldraine, and Zendikar, and Innistrad, and whatever cards together, and this time you can do that, and it's just pretty fun. It's just pretty silly. You know, these things have never been tested to be played together. So their interactions are going to be just totally bonky, and that's, I guess, part of the fun. That's part of what makes this really, really surprising and entertaining. Yeah, it's just really silly and funky. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep playing. I feel like I've played just enough for today, but you know, I'm just looking around what kind of things could be done here, um, and there are plenty of things that can be built, and funny decks, and improbable combinations of cards. Anyway, that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for joining in, and have a lovely day. We played today a bit of the Scurry Oak combo, which is splendid, did very well on the rank ladder, surprisingly well, and we played a bit with Abzan humans, which also did quite well. So I can recommend you both lists, and I'll see you soon. Take care and have a lovely day. Bye bye.